Explain
What?
yourself.
About
Explain
what?
your LeBron logic. Go.
Let me read this super chat and then I'll get into it.
Oh, okay.
Teddy Hart said, Ron, define better scorer. If you want to say Kobe has a bigger bag than Bron, fine. But if a player can match/surpass the scoring production on higher efficiency, then you shouldn't be screaming the way you do.
So, Ron, again, James is not a better scorer than Bryant because
I don't like that logic that y'all use though with the oh my god, it's more efficient. Like, okay, because for me, this is my example that I equated to. If me and you play 2K or Madden, and you're a spammer and you always score off 3 plays, and you won run defensive coverage the entirety of the game, but me as a Madden player, yes, I may not have my 3 spammable plays like you do, but I know how to play the game. I know where defenses go with 3rd and long, 3rd and short situations, 2nd and 3 or whatever. I know how to use I formation and single back and shotgun, and it's like, okay, yeah, you may have a more easier thing to go to spam winning. I get it. I got it. But
They
I
be
still am
spamming that
better at the
halfback
game.
toss with Derrick
I'm
Henry.
still better at the complete game.
sound like
But if you can't stop my 3 things,
that's all it sounds like
what?
to me, Moss, is a bigger bag. That's all that shit sound like to me. You
I think
have all of those
versatility
things. My
matters,
question
though,
is
still.
how are you using those things? Which goes back to my original question. Ron, Bryant is a better scorer than James because
Kobe is a better shooter all around. He's a better 3-point shooter. He's better in the mid-range.
No, he isn't.
He's a better post. He's not better in the mid-range. Chill.
You said all around. You said all around.
He's a better overall shooter, shooting the ball.
You think right now the LeBron that we've seen shoot the 3 the last couple years, Kobe can shoot the 3 better than that?
So LeBron has came and caught him in his latter years.
What do you mean?
That doesn't
he
make
got 8
up
years, bro. He got 8 years of shooting 35% or more at the long ball line.
That doesn't make up for the other 16 years. It just doesn't.
Around so long.
I'm sorry, it doesn't. Like if you play for 20 years and in the last 5 years you pick up shooting.
It hasn't been the last 5 years. It's been over the course. It's been over the course of 22 years. He's got 8 years of shooting 35% or more at the long ball line. It's better than Bryant.
Chill. LeBron's not a better 3-point shooter than Kobe. It's no way you
because
can
I said so isn't an answer, Ron.
No,
that's not the way that works.
If I watch Kobe Bryant play, the shots that he shoots at the 3-point line, he's just a better shooter than Kobe. He's a better scorer from the 3-point range, whether that's just catching and shooting, whether that's one dribble pull-up shooting, whether that's shooting off a screen, whether that's ISO, James Harden mode, I'm stepping back on you. He's better, Chill.
Okay,
he just is.
One, that was the game plan against James. Okay, we're gonna leave James open at the long ball line.
Yeah.
He became a long ball. He became a better long ball shooter.
I can't believe this is the one you're trying to argue with me is 3-point shooting.
Well, you said overall
Kobe is a better shooter than LeBron.
I don't think Kobe's as good of a 3-point shooter as you were saying.
He's not. But here's also the thing too.
And he's not better than James.
I'm glad you said that. Here's also the thing too. Kobe did a lot of shot chucking. Be that as it may. When it was time for me to make a 3-pointer, when it was time for me to get one, I got one. Bron, on the other hand,
you can. Okay.
Bron, on the other hand, what?
I try to stay out of these Kobe conversations.
In terms of go-ahead buckets, in terms of when you're playing drop coverage on him and you're leaving him open, because you're doing that on purpose, because you're defending the drive. So because you're defending the drive, he recognized that and started cracking the long ball more and started becoming more effective at the long ball line. In addition to him doing that, he saw the game going that way. When Curry and Damian Lillard and all of these guys started shooting the 3. Well, I can't go downhill as much as I used to go downhill because this is where the game is going. So I got to expand my game to the 3-point line. So if I don't expand my game, I'm going to be out of here. He did that. So with him expanding his game, he got better at pull-up threes. Not only did he get better at pull-up threes, he got even better at catch and shoot threes. I think, I ain't even talking about this season that just passed and last year. I'm talking about when he was with the Lakers earlier on. I'm talking about his later years in Cleveland. No, he still was a damn good long ball shooter.
That's why I think 2018 LeBron's the best Bron ever. Just because he was able to shoot better. That's to me when LeBron really developed his jumper and was like he was confident with it and he was letting it go and he was punishing defenses because of it. I get that. I also have to acknowledge that it was a whole different era when Kobe was shooting 3-pointers. It was a whole different mindset. It was a whole different way it was played. It was completely different. And Kobe was just guarded different than LeBron. So defenses weren't just giving Kobe threes. Sure, he played with Shaq, so he got some open looks and things like that. But defenses weren't just conceding the three to Kobe Bryant. Now, once again, if I was to teleport Kobe into 2018 all the way up till now, when the game is wide open and I'm getting better looks and I'm more comfortable because that's the game plan, and it's just the game. I can just get them up now. I can just imagine Kobe just freely being able to run and just shoot logo threes. Chill, that's a different mindset.
Like a lot more bad shots, because you just told me that he shot a lot of bad shots. So now we're getting into more.
They were actually bad shots because a lot of them were just long twos that could have been threes, and you would have got more points.
Which sounds like even more bad shots, because that's essentially what you're telling me.
No, but I'm saying he could hit those at a lower clip, but it still be more efficient because it's worth one more point. Kobe throughout his career during his prime took more long twos than anybody else in the sport.
I don't know if he took more long twos than Kevin Garnett, but
no, he did. I'm saying I know this to be a fact. He just took more long twos.
So maybe it's like a volume
than everybody in the league. If he actually just made those threes, he would be more efficient.
Right. So with that being said, Ron, okay, so you said 2018 James is the best that you've seen. So when James put that mid-range in his game and it became more effective, right? So let's say I'm going to say between 2012 and I'm going to say 2012 to like 2014 when he became even more effective at the mid-range. Where would you rate him as a bucket getter at that point? Because I feel like 2016 in terms of being a bucket getter, I feel like that's peak James. I think peak mid-range James is 2013, but I think bucket getter is 2016. When he put that fall away 17-footer in his game, it was impossible to deal with him. That's when he fell into that Olajuwon, Jabbar, Jordan. I felt like he was now in that conversation because he was impossible at that point. Now, in terms of 2013 in the mid-range, when he put that in his game, I feel like that expanded his game even more.
So this conversation is impossible to have with you because you think 2008 LeBron was better than Kobe.
I do not.
So if you think LeBron at that stage was better, then we can't even argue the latter LeBron.
I don't think that. That's not true. I do not think that. So let's actually.
You said this before.
No, what I've said before for a fact. If you're gonna fact check me, Ron, get it correct. When I talked about Tim Duncan winning the MVP in back-to-back seasons and then winning the NBA championship, I said he was the best player in the league. When I said that James, as much as I thought that he was a better player than Bryant in 09 and 10, the fact that Bryant won the league MVP in 2008, won the NBA championship in 2009 and 2010 and won the finals MVP, I had to give it up to him. In 2008, I did not think that James was better. In 2008, I did not think that James was better than Bryant. I thought that he was getting close, but I did not think that he was better than him. That's not true. No, I did not think that.
Well, to answer your question, I believe Kobe's a better three-point shooter. I believe he clears in the mid-range. I don't think it's close in the mid-range. Okay. Back to the basket as well. I believe he clears back to the basket. And I think Bron leaves some on the table. I think LeBron could be much better with his back to the basket and in the post, but that's neither here nor there. Going to the hoop, I will give it to LeBron. But what I will say is Kobe gets to the line more.
Yep.
Whether that's going to the hoop, whether that's grifting, however, he gets to the line more and he converts more. So even going to the hoop, Kobe's still in that conversation. And I don't think you guys give Kobe as much credit as you should for his athleticism, his ability to go in there and dunk on your ass, finish acrobatically, floaters, all of that stuff.
He wasn't better
now,
than
with that bit, I'm not saying he is. I got LeBron to the basket, I will give it to LeBron. In the paint area, it's still Kobe. But in that, what is that? 2 to 5 feet?
The floater range.
In the floater range, I'm gonna give it to LeBron. But outside of that, when it comes to scoring, Kobe is better in every area. And then we don't even got to talk about the bag stuff. And we don't got to talk about all of that because I don't really care too much about that. But he has that. And then here's ultimately my thing with these two. And this is going to be a major disagreement. But everybody that was on that Playback Throwback Thursday, John D. Real Talk, Pin, everybody in the chat, you guys seen what I was highlighting. Kobe's ability to lock one person singularly down, trumps anything else Bron does on defense. I don't care about the weak side rim protection. I don't care about chasing people down on a fast break and blocking one shot every week. I don't care about getting in the passing lanes. I don't care about all of that. If I can literally pick you up at half court, pull my shorts up, slap the floor, and tell you you're not scoring,
he did that
for
against
the rest
Derrick
of this
Rose
game
in the series, in the Eastern Conference Championship. He did that against Derrick Rose
for 5 minutes
in the Eastern Conference Championship. He also did that against Jamal Murray in the Western Conference Finals. Shut the door on him. He did that against him. It's the same Jamal Murray in the bubble.
Didn't they sweep them?
No, they didn't. They beat him in 5 games, and that was largely due to the defense that he played in that series. 100%.
Jamal Murray and Derrick Rose? And that's with all due respect to Derrick Rose. And the only reason why I'm saying the Derrick Rose thing,
because it was going to get nasty in
and
here.
this is the only reason why I'm saying the Derrick Rose thing. Jamal Murray, please get him the fuck out of here. But when it comes to Derrick Rose, the only reason why I'm saying this with Derrick Rose, I know he was league MVP. The only reason why I'm saying this is because at that point, it wasn't that hard, and y'all are gonna take this blow this out of proportion.
I get what you about to say.
It wasn't that hard to guard Derrick
Rose.
Exactly. All LeBron had to do was sag off of him. That's all LeBron had to do.
And he was athletic enough to keep up with Derrick Rose.
Exactly.
I mean, that's a compliment. If you're athletic enough to keep up with Derrick Rose,
we're talking about LeBron James. We're talking about LeBron.
Yeah, but it's a Paul talking. If you're athletic enough at 6'9" to keep up with Derrick Rose.
But this is why I can't give LeBron all the flowers I want to give him on defense, because if you were athletic enough to stay in front of Derrick Rose, buddy, you were athletic enough to stay in front of everybody else in the league. Why didn't you do it?
He was doing it. That's why he was an all-league defender. That's why he was second in Defensive Player of the Year, Ron. What are you talking about?
He wasn't playing no damn defense.
He was not playing defense to the level that you guys want to give him credit for.
A couple chase down blocks. Oh my God! Like right now, somebody run behind
really good
somebody and
defense
snap
in
the
that
ball,
final.
man.
LeBron's a very good defender. He's a very good defender. I said to my criteria
about LeBron.
No, I said to Mars, to my criteria of being a lockdown on-ball defender, there's nothing more valuable than that on defense. I'm sorry, it isn't.
That's fine. But you said you don't care about the other stuff.
Especially to that level. I'm saying, like, if LeBron James is playing against a hypothetical series, Carmelo Anthony in the finals, and Carmelo Anthony is scorching, He's giving everybody 30 up to that point. And if they meet each other in the finals and LeBron doesn't decide to score him or doesn't decide to guard him, and Carmelo Anthony averages 37, we're going to talk shit about LeBron, correct? However, if he guards Carmelo, it's a 6-game series. He holds Carmelo under his averages. Carmelo only averages 23. He has 1 game where he went off. But other than that, LeBron locks him up. Then we're going to talk about LeBron James stopping this all-time great scorer.
So Ron, what happened in the 09 series? And I don't want to argue against Kobe. I don't. But, I mean, Melo was hooping.
You can't pay me to do it.
And I mean,
Kobe
did spend a lot of time with Chauncey in that series, but he didn't spend a lot of time on Melo, who was cooking, by the way. I'm just want to let you know.
The one thing about that real talk now, I think Kobe was a better defender than Bron, but I do agree that there was a lot of times where Kobe's defense got hyped too. Just like I think Bron's defense got hyped too. Just like I think Giannis's defense got hyped too. I think that when we talk about guarding Melo in particular, it makes more sense for Bron to be a better matchup for Melo.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Just size difference, strength,
size and all that. Yeah,
I'm not throwing nobody no bail, because if you guarding somebody, that's your matchup. You know what I'm saying? Size or whatever. But I'm just putting that out there. Like there's a size difference between Kobe and them two. You know what I mean?
Also, too, as Kobe got later in his career, like once it got to around 2009, he had Meta World Peace in Matt Barnes. So Kobe actually got in his Bron.
And Bron got Shane Battier.
Hey, go guard them niggas. Hey, I gotta play off.
Shane Battier, I'll get them to guard.
Wouldn't that make sense?
Want that what?
Wouldn't it make sense? Like, if I'm the best offensive player and I have
John D, it doesn't make sense. LeBron James,
I have players who are more capable of stopping the ball on the perimeter. Why wouldn't you have the more players that are more capable of stopping the ball on the perimeter?
Well, I thought this was the all-league. I thought this was the all-league defensive player of the year. What happened to all that shit?
But I'm saying, Ox. If you have a point guard on your team that can bring the ball up the floor and make decisions for the team, just because you may be the best player, why are you doing it? Like, why would you be like, okay, I'm going to do this, even though there's somebody way more qualified to do it, or who is
do that on offense? Why can't he do it on defense?
Because Bron is the best offensive player. He's the
best defensive player according to y'all too. He's the best defensive player too.
If he's not the best defensive player on the team, why is he taking the defensive responsibility?
Hold on.
If he's not the best defender on his team, how was he the defensive player of the year?
See, yeah,
but no. 2012. I don't care what you guys say.
I'm talking about
in terms of
his career.
John,
we've been
capable defender.
All different phases of LeBron's career. LeBron has not been the best defensive player on his team every year of his career.
From 2011 to 2018, LeBron was the best defender on his team. You could say Iman Shumpert.
I don't think he was.
You could say
best.
Shane Battier.
I don't think he was on a possession-to-possession basis. I don't, because you're talking about the on-ball, stay in front of your man type stuff. No, I don't think he was the best on-ball, stay in front of your man defender every year of that period. Shane Battier, I've said it before. I think Shane Battier was better for that role than LeBron was. Part of it is because of the offensive burden. If LeBron wasn't tasked with doing what he did offensively, do I think he could guard the ball at an extremely high level? Yes, but that's not reality. Reality is he is asked to control the whole offense. And then once you start getting to Cleveland, like, I don't know, who did you want guarding Steph? Matthew Dellavedova or LeBron James?
Steph a little different. That's definitely Matthew Dellavedova. No, I get what you're saying with that. I'm just saying John D can't make the point guard example, saying if I'm better at doing this than you, then why not? So if the reason why I'm saying this for two reasons. First off, because if LeBron does it on offense, he's done it. We've had multiple point guards complain that they can't be a point guard because LeBron is the point guard.
Who, Mario Chalmers,
D'Lo, even Kyrie. Kyrie left because he wanted a bigger
Kyrie didn't
role.
complain. Kyrie didn't complain.
He didn't complain, but we've seen LeBron take point guards' responsibilities and duties. When you're a point guard with LeBron James, you're going to get relegated to maybe bringing the ball up the floor, and after you do that, you're playing off ball. You're not getting to it like that. The reason why I'm saying that is I'm saying if he can supersede the point guard duties, then he can supersede the number one defensive duties. But hold on, because I'm going to give you an example. It's a reason why I'm saying this. I'm setting the table. Kobe did it in 01. Kobe did it in 02, all the way up till probably 2009 when they got Meta World Peace. He would take the number one defensive responsibilities. He would actively do that. Rick Fox may start on the best perimeter defender, but once he started getting cooked, Kobe, go
That's
get him.
That's not what happened.
I'm not gonna lie. This Kobe,
that's not what happened.
This Kobe stuff is like actually laughable. I'm gonna be
Rick
honest.
Fox had the assignment on Stojakovic. That's who he had to deal with. Kobe Bryant did not deal with Stojakovic.
Nah, like this mythology around Kobe and what he was doing defensively.
This is not
We just watched it on playback. We just watched it on playback. T-Mac scored 31 points in the first three quarters.
And he scored in the first 3 quarters. Who was guarding T-Mac the first 3 quarters?
Kobe guarded him a little bit in the first 3 quarters.
No. Who was the primary matchup? The first 3 quarters.
It was Rick Fox. I just said that. I said Rick Fox started.
So this is what I'm saying.
And then Phil said, "Hey, Kobe, go get him."
The idea with Kobe about what he was doing defensively, this is where it stems from. Young Kobe took assignments. Young Kobe. We're talking about early on when he was coming off the bench.
And this was 2004, by the way.
I know it was 04. So like 2000, 2001, Kobe was taking assignments. Once you get to 02, 03, 04, Kobe wouldn't take all of the assignments. And in the late game situations, Kobe would start taking assignments. So he maintained his reputation because in close games, he could still take those assignments, fully lock in on defense, still close out games offensively.
And do
Kobe
well.
was a monster. Yeah, and do well, and would actually guard superstars really well down the stretch of games. The issue is the man was playing 38 minutes a game, and we're talking about 6. Then you get to 05, 06, 07. Kobe barely took these assignments. Then when he did, this is what he would do. Kobe would not guard these guys for damn near the whole game. And what he would do was he would guard you for the last possession of a quarter, last possession of a half, and like the last 3 minutes of a game. And all of a sudden, that's just created the mythos of Kobe was just locking up the best assignments, game in, game out. When the reality was, Most games, he just wasn't even playing that much defense. The superstar matchups he would get up for like 4 minutes a game and would just make all NBA defensive first teams. He wasn't doing that 82 games a year, 40 minutes a night. And I don't expect him to. I don't expect him to. I want to make it abundantly clear. I don't expect him to be able to do that. But the issue is, people, it's like he was. He wasn't. He wasn't taking that assignment while also giving out 35 points per game. If he was, he'd damn near be the best player ever. He wasn't doing it. He just wasn't. You can watch the games. He didn't do that
the whole game.
Like he just didn't do that. And like, there's nothing wrong with not doing that. It's just logical that when you have that burden on offense, you don't also guard the other team's best player the whole night. He did it for like 4 minutes a game, and it's Kobe first team all defense. He was looking up everyone.
It's better than nothing. First off, I want to put it that way. 4 minutes is better than zero. But hold on, right quick, chill. 4 minutes is better than zero. But also showing the capability to do it. I wouldn't even know if Bron could do it. Kobe actually did it. And you can say 05, 06,
Bron has done it.
07,
Bron has guarded matchups.
To me, he don't do it as much as he should. And also, too, once again, I'm just gonna keep saying this. He's not the capable perimeter defender that Kobe Bryant was. He wasn't. He never has been. And it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with me saying
that's fine.
Kobe Bryant was a better defender.
It is fine because Bron also didn't do it all the time. And I'm not going to sit here and lie and act like Bron was doing it because he wasn't either.
He wasn't. I'm not arguing that point.
But the issue is on a possession-to-possession basis, and this is what I want to like really hone in on.
Sure.
If Kobe's not doing it for the whole game, he's doing it for, let's say, 6 minutes. I'm going to give you 6 minutes a game in superstar matchups. Which not every team had a superstar, by the way. So a lot of games he's not doing it. Let's say he plays 80 games a year, 6 minutes a game against the superstars. Let's say that's 50 games a year. 50 games a year for 6 minutes. He's playing this lockdown defense that you're talking about. When Kobe's not taking that matchup and when Kobe's off the ball, guarding weaker offensive players, he's not making the impact on a possession-to-possession basis that LeBron was. He's not making help side rotations at the rim. He's not picking up versatile matchups in terms of switching and all that stuff. He's not doing that. So even though I think Kobe is more capable guarding at the point of attack than LeBron is, I think he is, especially in his peak. If he's only doing that for 5 minutes a game, the fact that LeBron, although he's not as good at Kobe as doing that, for the other 35 minutes, each possession, he's very clearly making more of an impact on the defensive side of the ball. If Kobe's not guarding elite players, what impact is he making on defense that makes up for what LeBron's doing as a rim protector, a transition defender, a switchable defender within his team scheme, especially in Miami? What impact is Kobe making when he's guarding a non-threat, when he's guarding Bruce Bowen, for example? What impact is Kobe making on defense on that possession?
Wait. Wait. I just
real talk. Yes, he is. He is real talk. He is.
Wait.
He is real talk.
Because we're not gonna act like, okay, yes, he was not the off-ball defender of LeBron James. I will not argue that whatsoever.
Of course.
Right? But I'm not gonna sit here and act like I didn't see Kobe be good weak side from time or be.
I've seen them weak side blocks. I've seen those from Kobe.
Be good in the passing lane.
Yeah, and this is how people walk into the trap. Right. This is how they walk into the trap. So when Kobe does it, I've seen him do it from time to time. He ain't do it enough for me.
I never said. You just said all ball defense. I said all ball defense. I never said he didn't play all ball defense enough.
58 seconds ago. I've seen Bron take assignments. He just ain't do it enough for me. When Kobe makes help side rotations, I've seen Kobe make help side rotations.
That's two different things. What are you talking about? That's two different things. The same argument you just made.
No,
that is two completely different things.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. I've seen Kobe take all ball assignments.
I've
seen Kobe.
I need something to be clear from my point of view. I'm not the one saying Bron doesn't take assignments. I've never said that.
Yeah, I'm talking to Ron.
I disagree with Ron when he said that on the Throwback Thursday. I'm disagreeing with that now. I just want to make that clear. I know
we have so many Throwback Thursdays. I would love for you guys to bring the games to me where, other than the Derrick Rose game, I would like for you guys to bring a game to me where LeBron just clamped somebody down, where he was sitting down on somebody, guarding full court, takes them out their game. A player averaging 30, all of a sudden I ran against LeBron, and all of a sudden tonight I only had 18 points. Please just show it to me. I'm asking for you guys to show it to me.
I will give you this. You can dodge raindrops. You can dodge raindrops, my brother. I'm not gonna lie. Like
I'm not trying. Hey, I'm from Seattle. I'm comfortable in the rain.
Yeah, 100% he is. But you literally just said that to me, Ron. Not 5 minutes ago when we were talking about this. You said to me, "I seen you do it. Why can't your ass do it for 82 games?" That's what you said to me. One. So when Bryant is dealing with Dwayne Wade full court, when you see him checking up on Dwayne Wade full court, for the record, Ron, he ain't doing that all game. Let's be clear about that.
And LeBron's not doing it at all.
That's just not
what?
true.
He's
not.
not.
That is true.
That's just
LeBron
not
not
true.
picking. See, and this is also
Picking up full court, that's not gonna happen.
If you go back and watch, and this is to an extent, the early Kobe that people do attribute to being an elite defensive player, like he picked up full regularly. That was kind of his main assignment when he was elite. He was picking up like Jason Kidd in that Phoenix series, or Damian Stoudemire when they played the Portland Trail. Like he's picking up the point guard pretty regularly, and most of the time 3/4 to full court pretty consistently throughout the entirety of the game. I mean, that is what he's doing. Bron really has never done that, which is fine.
Sure,
I'm not saying that's a problem, but that's the difference.
And I'm not subscribing to Kobe didn't take full matchups and stuff like that after 2005. Because with matchups against Melo, Kobe taking that fade. Matchups against Paul Pierce, Kobe taking that fade for full games. And like, I seen it. I'm telling you, I seen it. I don't like, you guys can try to say that he didn't do it and chill. This is pitiful from you because you was right there watching it too. Like, I seen it. And once again, I'm not trying to knock LeBron's defense. All I'm saying is I value on-ball defense more. Kobe not only was he better at on-ball defense, not only was he more effective on the ball, he did it more. And he did it against the higher caliber players. Now, Morris, you tried to cook me when you said LeBron does it off ball and you have more time off ball and this, that, and the third. I've acknowledged LeBron's a better off-ball defender. But even then, a lot of off-ball is standing. Not on every possession is LeBron James coming weak side and making a play happen. Not every possession is LeBron getting a tip on the ball. Not every possession is LeBron coming over and taking a charge. Not every possession is he impacting the game. So yeah, it could be more. It could be more time that you spend on ball, but the 4 minutes that you guard on ball is going to be way more strenuous than 15 minutes that you stand off ball looking. That just is the fact of the matter, and that's why guys can't just pick up and guard all game.
And see that be the that does be the disconnect most of the time, but because somebody in the chat like said earlier, like, oh my God, it's always the guys that play basketball kept him for Kobe, and it's like
that's not exactly
but to me that should tell you something. Like it's harder, and this is why I guess Ron is like valuing it to this extent. I disagree, but I understand where it's coming from because it is harder to guard somebody and keep somebody in front, even for 4 or 5 minutes, just like you said, oh, let me be attentive off the ball. Like, that just takes a level of engagement and something out of you physically that just, it doesn't match up to having to pick up for 4 or 5 minutes and be like, oh, I'm just going to lock this player down. But at the end of the day, Ron, one is 4 minutes. One is 35 minutes. So yes, unfortunately,
35 minutes that is what?
More.
That's what I'm saying.
Defense, of off-ball defense.
And I would love to go watch another Bron game. You guys pick it, and let's just analyze what he's doing off-ball.
I'll find it.
I would like to analyze. John D, I'm not trying to talk shit. I would just like to go analyze it because maybe
What years of Bron are you talking about?
It could be whatever year. It could be 2009. It could be 2012. It could be 2015.
Yeah, that's not going to go well for you.
It could be. I mean, Morris, it might not. I'm saying maybe my memory doesn't serve me correctly. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe Bron was just this off-ball demon. But I would like to go see just how many steals.
You could damn near watch the playoffs that just happened and see what I'm talking about. But like, okay. Also, not to mention like, I want to say a few years. I'm not going to give a time frame. LeBron was also just switching everything.
That's what
I'm like next. Very capable within that.
No, for sure.
Which means there's a screen that means he is guarding a point guard, and then there's another screen now he's on the power forward. That switchability is also just still really good defense, especially when he is able to play in the middle, close possessions as a rebounder. There were times where he's in lineups and he's the Miami Heat's best and primary rim protector. That utility is something that Kobe just didn't provide.
No,
and when I asked earlier what was Kobe doing off ball to make up that impact, that wasn't me saying Kobe did nothing off the ball. I'm comparing it to LeBron James. Kobe was not making the off-ball defensive impact for large parts of his prime as a player that LeBron James was making. That was the point I was making. I wasn't saying Kobe was just doing nothing before that gets misinterpreted. But Bron from 09 to 2013 in particular, I think that was probably his defensive peak, was making a huge impact defensively on a possession-to-possession basis, especially in my opinion, 09 to 2013. That would be the best years of peak LeBron's defense. If I had to rank them, I don't know, 2012, 09, 2013, 2010, 2011, probably. That would probably be the order. I don't know. And then 2016, you see another resurgence in defense, especially in the playoffs, where he's making a huge impact defensively in the playoffs on defense from a switchability standpoint, off-ball defensive standpoint, from pass lanes, early rotations, being able to help side rim protect, all of that stuff. And then the transition defense. I know you guys just talk about chase down blocks. Oh, he gets one a week. Being an elite transition defender doesn't mean you're going to get 5 transition stops a game. That's borderline impossible. But LeBron James was one of the best transition defenders in the sport for a really long time. That's a big deal. That means
by what? From the blocks? I'm just curious. Like, how do you get
chase down blocks? His overall speed and able to get back, and also just get back in front of the ball. His ability to guard 2-on-1 situations was really good at that time. Was he the best transition defender I've ever seen? No. I'll probably say Giannis at this point, but he's up there. Draymond is also up there, amazing transition defender. But he might be the best transition defender ever.
As far as a transition defender, if you got 3 things, right? Like, let's say
Danny Green was a good one for a guard.
So let's say for a transition defender, let's say for the most part you got 3 options. Obviously, the first option, the most important thing is stopping the ball. So let's say like what's more important, or what's better for a defender? You being able to stop the ball and just stop the transition, kind of break it down, or slow the transition, or your ability to be in the 2-on-1 situation where I can dig here, go here, make a play. I don't necessarily have to stop the layup, but if I'm 2-on-1, if I can slow it down or defend the transition, I did a good job. You know what I'm saying? I can get scored on. I can get scored on in a 2-on-1 situation and still play good transition defense. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So is it that him being able to guard 1-on-2, 1-on-3, slow it down, stop the ball, or is it just the transition blocks? You know what I'm saying? What makes you more of a transition defender?
Well, being able to stop the ball and then obviously slow down the transition would rely on more than just your ability, because if you're stopping the ball, but it's a 2-on-1, they can still just make the pass. It's like, it's a 2-on-1 situation. You can't just stop the ball and stop a transition. But if it's 1-on-1, yeah, stopping the ball. I think what's more valuable, the most valuable thing I think you can do in transition defense is force a turnover. I think that's the most valuable thing you can do. Then it would be, I think, just being able to play in a numbers disadvantage, because most transition opportunities are with a numbers disadvantage. So if you're able to play 1-on-2, 2-on-3, whatever the case may be, and take away the most valuable shot, which is a shot at the rim, if you're able to force a mid-range pull-up in transition in a 2-on-1 situation, I think you've done a good job, make or miss. If you're able to force them to take a 3-on-1 situation and they shoot a 3, you've done your job. That's good transition defense. That's why Wemby, I think, is a good transition defender. And then it would be just being able to, well, it's not then get in front of the ball. I think that's step 1 of transition, get in front of the ball and make sure that the person with the ball isn't able to score. But you have to be able to do that without also giving up the pass and giving up a wide open dunk behind you or whatever. And I think that's what LeBron really did well. And then when he's behind the play, trailing the play, that's where he can do things that no one else really has been able to do with the same level of consistency. And that's just like the cherry on top, I think. When you're able to make game-saving plays, game-breaking plays like chase down blocks, because that's meant to be a breakaway layup. That's just meant to be 2 points. Anytime you're able to erase 2 points off the boards, no matter how irregular it is, that's value that not many people can replicate. Even if it is once every 10 games, once every 5 games, whatever the case, that's meant to be a 100% guaranteed 2 points. You've taken that off the board 1 in every 5 games. That's valuable. And that's not something many people could do. So that's why I think LeBron, as a transition defender,
I also want to say this. Also want to say real quick, chill. I also want to say, because like when I asked that question, a lot of people in the chat like, "Oh, you don't know." I understand very well what transition defense is. I just think it's good sometimes to ask those type of questions so that we don't just talk past something. So that somebody like Mars, Real Talk, John D, Ron, Chill, somebody has the opportunity to break it down, because everybody that's watching doesn't know You know what I'm saying? What transition transition defense is, what transition defense looks like, and what's your job in transition defense? Everybody doesn't know. So that's why I asked that question. Not because I don't know, but I was thinking maybe you didn't know, and I thought this was a good time for Mars to be able to teach some basketball. You know what I'm
saying? Apparently, as you do look at the chat and look through chat, I mean, everybody in chat is 1000% correct all of the time, and they know exactly what they're talking about.
We don't even know what we're talking about up here.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know nothing. You know what I mean?
But we here to learn from the chat.
Yeah,
exactly.
We here for, that's what we here for. But to your point, Ox. So as a transition defender, I got other defenders. So my job is to hold these guys until they can come in, until they can get back. So if I could chase you out of the paint, if you're a guard, if I could chase you away from the basket, if I can hold you enough until this guy comes, until two, not even a whole crew, but until one or two of my guys get back here, that's a plus for me. On top of that, if I could get to the rim before you do and make you take a bad shot, that's great transition defense. If I can slow you up as a transition defender, even if I'm pointing out on defense, Mars, you dealing with him. If I'm back in transition and I'm communicating and I'm letting you know, Mars, you got him on your right. Ox, you got him on your left. If I'm doing that kind of stuff is transition defense. And I think that's at its highest level, as opposed to I'm just running back and I'm just standing in front of a guy. I can do that, but then there's other levels of transition defense that make us even better. That's why I think Hakeem Olajuwon is the best transition defensive player.
Kobe was a very active communicator on defense.
He 100% was. He talked a lot. Yes, he did. Yeah, he 100% talked a lot.
So is Ron.
My issue with Ron when it comes to the defense is, and Mars, you brought it up, is the switchability. So when I get switched on the Pau Gasol and the ball is moving, and I gotta front, and I'm fronting Pau Gasol, and I'm trusting the guy behind me. They're not mismatch hunting with me like they are with Bryant. One, he's smaller. He's smaller. Two, he's not as athletic. Three, he's not as strong. So that means that they can't mismatch it.
Who mismatched Kobe?
Once again, they didn't mismatch hunt as much with me than they did with him.
Nobody mismatch hunted Kobe.
We 100% are trying to get Kobe Bryant. We're 100% trying to get Kobe Bryant on bigger guys on the box.
Yo, there was maybe 3 centers in the league that would even attempt to mismatch hunt Kobe.
But a lot of people will try to mismatch hunt to get him in foul trouble, though. Like,
and we are trying to do that. We're trying to get him on smaller, quicker players. Not only are we trying to get him on smaller, quicker players, we're also trying to exploit
smaller, quicker players.
Yes, like Damon Stoudemire, guys like that.
But they was already guarding Damon Stoudemire.
I totally think
you gonna mismatch hunt somebody that's guarding you.
Well,
I think just
and well, John D, that's a good enough reason right there. That's a good enough reason right there, because if there's a bigger player, somewhat like Carmelo Anthony, somebody like Carmelo, you would think like the physicality I play with, Cole got to slap down. He got to hit me. Just because I don't score on you every time don't mean it's not a mismatch. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, though, what we talked about with Bron, I actually do think Kobe Bryant was a better defender than Bron, but there's no gap there. And on top of that, it's mostly because of that on ball point of attack, or whatever. It's because of that right there. But LeBron James' switchability is second to almost none. You know what I'm saying? And that's because he's 6'9", 260, fastest dude in the world. Jump, you know what I'm saying? His athleticism alone would make it to where he can switch everybody, but just because I can switch everybody don't make me, you know what I'm saying, the best defender. It just means I have the physical attributes to be able to, guard most guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's funny to me because I'm tying it back to the scoring conversation. It's like the versatility wins out damn near in every other section of basketball but scoring. The whole argument for LeBron being a better defender than Kobe is that, Kobe's better at the point of attack, but he can do all these other different things. And then y'all would actually say that, a prime peaking LeBron is like a better defender than a Drew Holiday, for instance, because he can do I'm not saying you would, Ox. I'm saying there's a lot of people in the chat that would agree with that statement. So it's just funny to me how that versatility wins everywhere else, but then you bring it up for scoring, and it's like, but who's just more efficient? Also, nobody ever does that for rebounds and assists. Nobody brings up, hey, if you look at the assists per pass, pass attempts per game. I mean, he's
no,
getting
I've heard that so many times. Real talk. I didn't even know that was
pass.
Yeah,
I didn't. No. Real talk. I swear we heard that in July somewhere.
I'm telling you right now. This dude right here, Mars jumps on me. Chill. How many times have I seen John Stockton come down and just throw the ball into Karl Malone for a bucket?
That's not
no. That wasn't it. Chill. It was somebody was talking about how many passes somebody made during the game. Yeah. It was this
Swiper's been bringing up passes per game.
It was Swiper.
Swiper's been bringing up passes per game.
This dude passes the ball 75 times a game.
He's only passed the ball 34 times a game.
He actually uses it for Hallie, so I let him slide with it. But be like, all right, interesting.
He said no because it wasn't assists, it was turnovers. He was saying this person made 66 passes a game. So how is it okay for them to have 5 turnovers when Jokic passes 120 times a game or some shit like that? It was crazy.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about now. But I think
assist per pass is crazy.
For me, I'm gonna speak for myself. I do agree with what Real Talk's saying though, that versatility when it comes to scoring gets minimized to bag talk. As if, first of all, having a bag is not a bad thing, just for one. And then when it's defense, it's this guy's switchable. He's more versatile. He's the better defender than Rudy Gobert because he can switch. The same logic has to translate, in my opinion. For me, it's always just been about impact. So, like, I think Rudy Gobert is a better defender than Bam, even though Bam is more switchable. But if you're following the logic of this guy is more versatile, therefore I value his skill set more, and then not applying that to scoring, that does kind of confuse me. But I also think, and I'm not saying Real Talk does this, I think LeBron's scoring versatility is just underrated at this point.
I agree.
Very.
I don't know. I just feel like a lot of what people say LeBron doesn't do or isn't good at isn't true at this point. Like, he does all of it. Like, I've seen LeBron take assignments. I've seen LeBron guard. I've seen LeBron switch. I've seen LeBron make mid-range shots at an elite clip. This year he did it. I've seen LeBron be a really good jump shooter. I've seen LeBron win games, win playoff series on the strength of his jump shooting. I've seen LeBron do a lot of the things. I've seen LeBron play off ball at an extremely high level. Like, everything LeBron apparently doesn't do, I've seen him do it. I've seen LeBron let Kyrie have the ball more than him, but apparently he just doesn't let his guards thrive. I don't know. Like, everything LeBron apparently doesn't do, I've seen him do it. Like, I don't know. It just gets to a point.
And not for a small stretch either,
we're just saying stuff
for a while, and not just for a small stretch. He's done this over the course of time too. This isn't something where, like, all right, just for a game, I'm gonna get off the peel and I'm gonna let Kyrie Irving cook. Just for a game, I'm gonna get off the peel and I'm gonna let Luka get busy. Just for a game, I'm gonna play defense at a high level. Just for a game, I'm just gonna knock down open shots. No, he's done that throughout the course of his career. For a long time, he's done that. And the fact that we still on this, that he can't shoot, he can't defend at a high level, he can't pass it like that, he's not clutch. That kind of stuff doesn't make any sense to me because he's consistently done it.
One guy is more clutch than the other guy.
So can we get through the rest of the list instead of Kobe and Ron, please?
Yeah. Let's do that.
To the rest of the list, or do you have the crunch time chats?
No, I'm gonna do the crunch time chats, and then we're gonna start it. The rest of the honorable mentions.
Okay.
And then we're gonna jump into the top 10. But shout out to Bron and whatever deficiencies that he doesn't have, and shout out to Kobe and all the deficiencies that he has. It's the player choice way. That them boys don't get it started. The player choice way.